Some supporters of Senator Dole have expressed disappointment over his unwillingness in Hartford Sunday night to draw personal and ethical differences between him and President Clinton. How do you feel about it?
Wow, 90 seconds? I can't clear my throat in 90 seconds. Jim, Bob Dole and myself do not see Al Gore and Bill Clinton as our enemy. We see them as our opponents. It's the greatest democracy in the world. People are watching not only throughout this country, but all over the world as to how this democracy can function with civility and respect and decency and integrity.
And I would like to thank Jack Kemp for the answer that he just gave. I think we have an opportunity tonight to have a positive debate about this country's future. I'd like to start by offering you a deal, Jack. If you won't use any football stories, I won't tell any of my warm and humorous stories about chlorofluorocarbon abatement.
It's a deal. I can't even pronounce it.
What I do want to talk about tonight is Bill Clinton's positive plan for America's future. We have a plan to balance the budget while protecting Medicare, Medicaid, education, and the environment, creating millions of new jobs, including 1 million new jobs in America's inner cities.
I've really got only two differences with Bill Clinton, President Clinton, and Vice President Gore: foreign policy and domestic policy. Our foreign policy is ambivalent, it's confusing, it is sending strong signals to the wrong people, and we have learned over the years that weakness is provocative. The domestic economy is not doing what it can do. This president believes we're at our capacity. Bob Dole and I believe we can do a lot better. It's about the potential of the American people to lift themselves up and not have their lives controlled by the United States government in Washington.
Mr. Vice President, Mr. Kemp has accused you of demagoguery.
Well, as I said before, he used much harsher language when he talked about Bob Dole. He said that Bob Dole's solution for every single problem was to increase taxes. He said just 2 years ago that the Bob Dole tax increase of 1982 was the largest tax increase in the history of the world.
Well, before I answer that, Jim, let me just say it is disgraceful, the campaign being waged to scare the American senior citizens in this state and my home state of, well, New York and California. About Medicare.
One other one in there, isn't there?
Medicare. Yeah, Maryland now. The amount of money being spent to try to mislead the American people is demagoguery, and only in the Clinton White House and in Al Gore's mind could an increase in spending per capita on a senior citizen from $4,800 in 1996 to $7,200 over the next 5 years be considered a cut. Does anybody think that Bob Dole, who almost gave his life for his country, who has served in the Senate, who helped save Social Security, who crawled out of a foxhole on Riva Ridge in northern Italy in 1945 to save a wounded radioman, does anybody think in this country that he could possibly want to move our country ahead and leave anybody behind? Of course we can balance the budget. Of course we have to hold down the growth in entitlement spending.
Pleasure.